let's get it, let's get it.
Long life. Ain't changed the f***ing rapping, too bad here, cardiac.
Give me that.
What's up? Rolly, 100,000 on her. She know she
Hot.
Rover. Range brothers out the roof, we're not the Waynes.
We're not the Waynes.
I hate to tell the truth, we're not the same.
Jeez, baby king.
I'm with my Rover brother, and we're running game.
Hey, Range Rover.
Ripping rubber bands on the meatloaf. Overseas, tidy up for me before I get home. Take 1, take 2, take 3. Leave it, stop, hide it, comments on your sleeve. Believe it, why your boyfriend keep on looking for me? Is he Jesus?
Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it, let's Top of the morning, 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 top of the morning. Hold on, let's get it, let's get it, let's get it, let's
Yeah, let's take a modern day stroll. Whoa, this is the modern day. Last time I checked, we were running the globe. I'm about to go figure 4. 2 knock, 2 times, it's a at the door. 2 times, somebody blowing up, little mama phone, little Jack, come get your. They going dance on the forget. You know that you can't even. The way that we spinning, going tabs on the kid. She wanna pop a G6. Till 6. I make a movie. I'm going Michael Bay, Huncho the sensei. The way that I'm moving, we going motorcade, move the tactical way. I need the this way. Somebody this way. She get the that way. You don't got the answers like sway. I'm coolin'. I'm in the coupe with the top and I'm waving the wave. Switch it, go dually. With a play with. It look like Chattahoochee. We not the Fugees. I go fool it if I try the 3 Stooges. Yeah, word around town. Heard you get around. Get the from round. You ain't even from the town.
Take off. Where the king came from? Where? When she see the rapper came real like a plum. The street like the sun. I got her ride with a in the passenger seat. Like she got a but get the charm. Rainbow Daytona, I like a charm to arm. That born. Oh, that's your man, come get her, can't help it, she gone. Count up her bad, but no, it ain't torn. If it ain't my money, I think it's annoying. Hop in the road with no key and I storm. BB the belt and I BB the arm. Hop on the PJ, go visit the farm. Ain't no one out there, whatever you want. Put that little boy, come I'm on the ground. I know some got rich off. This is up Apple iPhone. So that down, I get fly like a drone. You want.
Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. Well, it was the New Orleans Pelicans winning their last game against the Spurs. And there wasn't much question as to how that game was going to turn out. They absolutely put the hammer down on them.
They shot the lights out from deep. Really stretched out the defense in that one.
There's all kind of talk in the game today about stretching the floor because when you do that, everything else just becomes a little easier.
Now let's take a look at the Sonics opening lineup. We've got Russell Westbrook. Daniel Gafford is out there with Grant. Then it's Barrett and it's Beasley in at the 2 spot. And there has, Greg, been some talk within the league about adding a mid-season tournament. What are your thoughts on that possibility?
I mean, with the success of the play-in tournament, which, in full disclosure, I was not for, but love now, I can see why they're considering it.
Here's Barrett, following the basket by Jeremy Grant, and the dunk by Grant.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
Graham finds Williamson. Here's Ingram. Seattle grabs the miss.
Usually, guys, he's going to knock that one down from there. Proficient at operating in that medium range area.
And really, whatever your take on
Russell Westbrook is now, you can't deny his place in NBA history. Voted as one of the NBA's top 75 players of all time.
Greg, it is impossible to argue against Westbrook belonging to that top 75 players list, isn't it?
It really is, Kevin. I mean, his career numbers and accomplishments speak for themselves. A very unique player, easily one of the best during his prime.
Now, here's Barrett, following the miss by C.J. McCollum.
Using his size advantage there to rip down that board in traffic.
From past the arc, the rebound by Grant.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Westbrook dishes to Grant. The kick out to Westbrook. For three, Beasley. A shot missing. And so it's Ingram who brings up the ball for the...
Outstanding decision-making by Ingram there, working it to the open man. Really good possession.
Here's Barrett. Gafford trying to break free. And Barrett gets it to go.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
And that outstanding drive and finish brought to you by Mobile One.
Nice take. Staying aggressive with this game, still very much up in the air.
Pass to Valanciunas. New Orleans moving the ball around. Graham finds Ingram. The basket is good off the assist from Graham.
One of the things Ingram did is make his shooting stroke a little more compact, and that's allowed him to be much more consistent as a marksman.
For three, Barrett. Rebounded by McCollum. And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. Graham. And Grant sends it back.
Superb focus from Grant that time, defensively protecting the rim, keeping his eyes on the ball so he could anticipate that shot.
Kicks it out to Williamson. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Pelicans on top. They lead by 1. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from New Orleans?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And, you know, their rebounding advantage has been glaring, simply outworking them on the boards for that entire first quarter.
On the court right now for the Sonics, they've got Monk. Martin is out there with Dosunmu. And it's Baisley in at the 5 spot. Alvarado. And once again off the mark by Seattle. And so for Seattle, their last game, a loss to the Timberwolves. Here's McCollum. And it's Baisley with the rebound.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Love the unselfishness of Monk there. I mean, love seeing him find the open man.
The Pelicans trail.
And, guys, things are looking up in New Orleans. The extension for Zion Williamson reflecting his commitment to this young core. And with the 8th pick and Dyson Daniels, that the Pels added to their bevy of young wing defenders, they're building a team to contend.
Now, here's Monk. There's the drive. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Monk is what we call a pure scorer. Even when he gets drilled by the defense, he stays with his shot.
Marshall, he's checked in for the Pelicans.
And keep in mind, Malik Monk's first 4 years in the league with Charlotte, he made just 1 start.
And because of that, Greg, he earned the reputation as an elite scorer off the bench. And Monk had a game where he went off for 36, and his skill set, his ability to add instant offense, I think is extremely valuable.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thank you, Kevin. Last season, we know the Pelicans made that trade to bring in C.J. McCollum. He says, I think it's a match made in heaven. I'm happy to be here. The cool part is that I haven't had to make any real adjustments. The way I play is the right way. Kevin, back to you.
Well, and he's completely changing teams mid-season. Tough thing to do, but he is a veteran that can certainly handle it. Ball in his hands, good things usually happen. Hey, David, thank you for that story. Here's Marshall after the basket by Seattle. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the defense.
Yeah, really left him no choice there. He had the foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
A platoon swap here for Seattle.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Now, here's Barrett. Guarded closely. Counted.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And a great job to get that angle on a tremendous drive.
And the awareness of his footwork and body on that drive. Wow.
Now here's Graham. Now Marshall. To the paint. That's good, and the Seattle lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Graham.
Inside the paint, Graham fights hard for his shot. Able to overcome the defense there.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Now the pass to Grant. The dish to Beasley. Down low. Here's Westbrook. Pelicans with the rebound.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
Yep, it counts. Williamson's got his first bucket of the night.
And what touch from the big man. I like watching Williamson get interior positioning and attack with purpose.
And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Sonics lead by 1.
13. The visiting 14. The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a good game. Taking a look at the Supersonics. Kenny, how'd you feel about it?
Playing on the road is having no effect on this team. I mean, between your planes, the hotel.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go.
got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. But when they're evaluating draft prospects, we always hear about wingspan, arm span. How does that translate to the basketball floor?
Well, it's actually reach factor, Kevin. That's a huge component of defense, particularly when you're talking about guys switching all the time. So the ability to cover ground, to challenge shots from a distance, that's why wingspan is so important. And you think about it, multiple defensive player of the year, Rudy Gobert, perhaps has the longest wingspan ever recorded at the combine.
Up front, it's Williamson at the 4 and Valanciunas at the 5. Ante Graham is out there with C.J. McCollum, and it's Ingram in at the small forward position. That's the Pelicans' 5.
And growing up around basketball, R.J. Barrett's dad played a bunch of places. R.J. spending a lot of his childhood in France.
20 feet out, and it's Ingram missing. Seattle leading by 3. Barrett, no good. And here's New Orleans now. Greg, you know this. One of R.J. Barrett's dad's best friends, former MVP Steve Nash.
Yeah, and Nash is R.J.'s godfather, no less. So Barrett's had a chance to kind of soak in the game his entire life, and you can see that in his intelligent play on the floor.
2 minutes remaining.
Westbrook passes to Grant, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass. 6 points for Jeremy Grant.
You know, at the offensive end, I think this is where Grant is most effective, on plays where he can really leverage his athleticism.
And Beasley has the ball here for the Supersonics. It's a 3-point game.
Far from an ideal start here. I mean, this half just 1 for 4 so far.
Here's Williamson, and the layup's good off the glass. Williamson's got 6.
Wow, that's just the pure strength and explosiveness of Williamson. Easily finishes there through the contact.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Supersonics.
And there had been so much talk about Zion wanting out of New Orleans. That was all put to rest this past summer. Zion signing a loaded extension to keep him with the Pelicans for the next handful of years.
Big group substitution here for Seattle. Beasley's checked in for Daniel Gafford. Kenyon Martin. Malik Monk, he's checked in for Malik Beasley. And it's Dosunmu in for Russell Westbrook. Ingram kicks to McCollum. And trying for the go-ahead basket, it doesn't go in. Here's Beasley, covered by Nance. And the basket is good. Monk's got his second bucket of the night.
Monk's got deceptive strength. You got to respect that. I mean, the defense throwing themselves all over him and at him, but he's still concentrating and knocking down the shot.
Back to McCollum. Ingram outside. Just 5 on the clock. Unloads. It's hauled in by the Sonics. Here's Monk. That one doesn't drop. Some solid defense from Ingram. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Rookie passes to Ingram. New Orleans moving the ball around. That's good, and the Supersonic lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket for Murphy.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
Here's Barrett. Inside. Hayes with the steal. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Seattle ahead. They lead by 1. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back.
Let's go.
3/10 quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the 4th. And here are the Pelicans now. They trail by 1. And on the floor for Seattle here in the 4th, we've got Malik Beasley. Barrett is out there with Jeremy Grant. Then there's Daniel Gafford. And it's Westbrook in at the 1.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Jones against Beasley to take the lead. Goes back up. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for 1 more at the line.
And they have scraped and clawed to get back into this thing, just chipping away little by little and finally now taking the lead.
Zion Williamson's checked in for Brandon Ingram.
Boy, Valanciunas, a mountain of a man, a solid big guy who scores well and provides a lot of length and muscle inside.
Personal foul. First team foul.
No good on the free throw.
At the line for the away team, Russell Westbrook.
So he comes up empty, missing both.
Hey, you can't diminish Westbrook's triple-doubles, but just as important to me are the intangibles. His passion, his tenacity, his competitive spirit and drive. I mean, that infects the whole team in a positive way.
I understand we're seeing some high-powered offense, but you've got to put up a little more resistance than that.
Come on now, look. Sit back and enjoy the fireworks. Nothing better than good offense.
Stolen by Grant.
2 minutes.
Valanciunas against Gafford. Barrett for three. Offensive rebound. Tries again, and the shot is good. The Pelican lead has been cut to just 1 point on the basket from Russell Westbrook.
You know, I love a lot about Westbrook's game, but one of the things I like most is he's one of the best rebounders in the league, regardless of position. And he may be the best rebounding guard in the league.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
So for the Pelicans, Murphy's checked in, and McCollum subbed in for Jones.
And part of becoming a superstar for Zion, you have to sink free throws when it matters most. Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Exactly. I mean, when you're running neck to neck, those kinds of mistakes tip the scales.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Alden.
Hey, Kevin, during the last break, I heard Seattle's coach as he addressed the team. He's not happy with what he says are late rotations defensively against their three-point shooters. And at the offensive end, he wants his guys to get their own shots within the rhythm and flow of the offense. Kevin?
All right, thank you, David. And a tough break is his second attempt at the line. No good. Pass to Gafford. To the middle, and stolen by Williamson. And here we go. Fast break. Williamson's got it. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Jeremy Grant picks one up.
And we're not used to seeing a big man like Williamson move like this. Puts defenders in a bind.
And the Supersonics making a change here. Monk's checked in. Barrett for three. He can't get that one to fall. And it's the Pelicans taking it the other way. McCollum deciding where to go with it. Graham kicks to Murphy. Graham, the pass to Murphy. Shot clock at 6. Valanciunas shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Second personal foul.
And with how he can operate on the block and shoot it, Valanciunas is a tough matchup for most centers.
He's off on the free throw and able to get that second one to drop in.
Well, he got the important one to go. Their lead should be safe now.
Taylor passes to Alvarado over Lewis. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
And, guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Not at all. I mean, that's where they want him looking for a teammate, not trying to do it on his own. He needs to share the wealth there.
Time called here. The Sonics decide to talk it over. They trail by 11. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth. Is what's your take?
And I don't think they'll be able to climb out of this hole.
You know, maybe working on their 60-second drill, even if it doesn't pay off tonight, maybe for the future.
And here is Monk. Passes it to Baisley. Out to Taylor. Monk with the ball. To the inside. Baisley. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
That free throw, no good.
At the line for the away team, Darius Baisley.
No good on the second free throw. So we see New Orleans taking the W here. Some good competition with the hometown advantage. All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For great.
In my light, yeah, 눈더미 같이 쌓인 일들은 in my light, yeah. 더 많이 더위를 해, yeah. 사람들은 잊지 않을까 내 이름 세 글자를 덕분에 우린 하루 두 번의 아침 해를 버늘 다 집어쳐 오늘 밤 we party 난 다 밀었어 오랜만에 we mobbing 계획을 바꿀래 갑자기 내 새로운 노래가 rockin' on the speaker 사진 찍고 싶어 yeah just take a picture yeah 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 feeling all this yeah 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 남기지 말고 오늘 밤을 넌 아끼지 마 너가 데려온 친구들 전부 세워놓고 그 음악 볼륨을 키워도 천장을 뚫어버릴 정도로 술잔을 들어 in the air 음악을 크게 틀어 in the air Tonight we ain't got limit baby 내일 내가 살아있을지도 if it yeah if it yeah yeah 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 if it I've been taxed for the night yeah Get up extra early get it started yeah 올 거면 미리 내게 말을 해 I don't recognize your friend's face 소개시켜줘 나랑 놀게 원하면 함께 chillin' 내 폰은 100% tonight Yeah, I'm finna represent we higher 음악 오늘 파티에 멋진 옷들로만 몸을 걸친 상태로 오면 돼 Take pics for Instagram looking like I'm searching Snap, snap, ooh, snap, snap, ooh 몸에 든 애들 bang Snap, snap, ooh, snap, snap 나머진 태그 안 해도 돼 잊어봐 내일은 싹 다 뒤로 밀어내 싹 다 뒤로 밀어내 싹 다 뒤로 밀어야 눈앞을 즐기지 오늘은 놀 거야 미친 듯이 하루만 너랄게 we down for the night ooh bass bumping right ooh I done lost count ooh we don't rap like that we don't flex like that 술잔을 들어 in the air 음악을 크게 틀어 in the air Tonight we ain't got limit baby 내일 내가 살아있을지도 if it yeah if it yeah yeah if it yeah If it yeah yeah if it yeah if it yeah yeah if it yeah if it yeah yeah
내 옆에 기분 좋은 사람 기분 좋은 vibes yeah 난 여틀 타고 있어 기분 좋은 life yeah 어디 갈까 오늘 밤 yeah 도착지는 space see me in the stars yeah 난 연락이 와 전화가 와 내 목소리 듣고 싶대 내 파리도 와 술자리 있다고 받은 수많은 초대 But I'd rather be with you 우리 둘이 취하면 훨씬 느낌 좋아 음악 들어 make the mood We take it higher every day 큰 목걸이 하나 하는 거보다는 19개 하나에 500만원이면 한번 계산해 500만원 next 19 That means I'm getting paid Yeah grinding every day Yeah 손으로 모아 pray Yeah yeah Look 나름 겸손해 Yeah 너무 감사해 Yeah 민씨가 주는 앞 필요 없어 꾸준히만 하면 돼 yeah let's get it
And if the beat live, you know Lil Ju made it. Big chain around my neck, so these know I'm rich. And I don't need with the big stack in this purse, so these know I'm working. I'm holding this in my Birkin. Got a whole that L trying to come for my pen. I'm really finna make another M. Now tell me how the I'm in the wrong if I don't want the they still ain't with the be working. I make moves in silence. Might never like me and I'm fine with it. Nasty. I'm a real fantasy. I'll for a broke handle me. Rich energy. Y'all still messy, and I'm sick of y'all trying it. RC's but ain't never finna buy. Sorry, take me cause I'm the it girl. I ain't never asked to be the girl. Don't call me sis cause I'm not your sister. You really need to come and get your mister.
Ball runs point with Levine flanking him. Alex Caruso is out there with Cameron Johnson. And it's Green in at the center position. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Now here's Drummond. Yeah!
Now that's one to remember. What an impact on the game.
I'm wondering, is that the biggest shot of the game?
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 3. 34 seconds left to play in the fourth. Your thoughts, guys?
There's enough time on the clock to go for a 2-for-1.
All right, time now to present our New Balance Player of the Game, Klay Thompson.
Oh, my. I mean, he won in a landslide. He's got more points than the rest of the team combined. It's been by design. I mean, he's been the focal point of their offense from the very start. Once the points started flowing, his teammates were more than happy to keep feeding.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, Billy Donovan was just reviewing the plan with his team. He told them to be patient. We're deep into the clock if you have to, but get good shots. He doesn't want them to look up at the scoreboard. He wants execution on each of its plays.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. This might be a turning point.
Massive possession here.
And they go to the intentional foul. He drops the first one, and that gives him a 4-point cushion.
All right, let's be honest. The last guy that you want to foul here is Steph Curry. But maybe the next to last guy is Klay Thompson. He's so good in these moments. Perfect from the line. It's now a 2-possession game.
Chicago calls timeout. They're trailing by 5. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Give it up one more time for your Chicago Bulls.
Here's ball. Shot clock and game clock. 1 second differential. And it's DeRozan missing. And he commits the intentional foul.
Lonzo Ball. First personal foul.
Good on the first. And that increases the lead to 6.
Shooting for the away team, R.J. Hampton.
So he gets them both. And it's a 7-point game.
Some padding here on the free throw line. Some good work.
At this point, it just feels like it's over.
You want to keep expending energy, or do you want to start thinking about the next one?
It's a victory for the road team in this one. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory. All right, Allie, good stuff.
Vision my own, swimming in, play with, like the exorcist that they gave. I beg for God's help. I'm your disciple, a certainly. I'm the N, the A to the S-I-R. If I wasn't, I must have been my ways, staring at my reflection in the mirror, sitting still in the chair like my conception. When everything around me got cloudy, the chair became a king's throne. My destiny found me. It was clear why the struggle was so painful. Metamorphosis, this is what I changed to. And God, I'm so thankful.
Let the games begin. A million ways to win. I'm sick of the wait and sick of the pain. I live with this weight within that weighs me down, but nevertheless I find a way to win. I pick up the pace and simmer the game. The shook of the pace I bring. Embrace the savior. They're thinking of ways to slay the king. Running away from ways of sin. She thinking of ways to break me in. Delivering major, narrator. The bigger the work rate, the bigger the paper. I'm telling them your validation where I validate myself. These rappers.
And speaking of level 40 rewards, it
couldn't stomach me, they punch below the belt. Sitting and dreaming of palm trees, more drive than a calf. You're lukewarm, that's half heat. I'm Lupe, I'm Kweli, I'm Mos Def, I'm Ali. Who in the wanna spar me? This ain't a regular party. Somebody ring an alarm, please. My pole vote to the next stage. I'll be ahead of the next wave and the next wave and the next wave. Labels are playing a guess game. I'll be the king of the chess game, telling them give me the checkmate. I'm a black man in a white world with a mad flow and a fresh fade. Couldn't see this in the X-ray. Space bars better escape. Could've lost hope, but I kept faith. No games, but I get played.
Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And on the sidelines, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. Looking at the last game for the Houston Rockets, it was a loss to Portland.
I tell you, they were drawing a lot of iron from the perimeter. Couldn't get the threes to go down, and really the story of the game.
What was most disturbing to me was they didn't have a backup plan, right? The threes aren't falling. What do you do next?
Here's the starting group for Houston. The post pairing for him, Smith along with Şengün. Porter Jr. is the point with Green on the wing. And it's Gordon in at the 3 spot. And today, Greg, it's about the NBA. But tomorrow it's about spending Turkey Day with family and friends.
I think everyone realizes it's not something we can take for granted. Cherish those moments with your loved ones. They're likely to be your fondest memories.
To the middle. Smith finds Green. And some nice passing there by Houston. Şengün passes to Gordon. That's no good. Couldn't get his first shot to go. A pass to Wall.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for the Rockets. You know, Greg Anthony, people talk about Jeremy Grant as a scorer. But what about his passing?
Significantly better moving the ball along. He's leaving no stone unturned as he looks to maximize his abilities.
Now here's Gordon. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Şengün. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Şengün's got the first points up on the board tonight here for the Rockets. And you love seeing that great mobile one drive a second time.
It's all about the ability to get 2 feet in the paint, whether it's creating for a teammate or for yourself.
Gordon kicks to Porter. Inside. Here's Smith. Kicks it out to Gordon. From outside the arc. Again, the miss by Gordon. And so for Seattle, their last game, a loss to the Pelicans in New Orleans. It's stolen by Green. Pass to Şengün. Goes up again, and it's good on the way in. Şengün's got his second basket of the night.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
A platoon swap here for Seattle. So for the Rockets. Here's Westbrook. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Boy, how hard does Russell Westbrook attack the defense in the paint? He is fantastic at forcing the issue.
Boy, this hurts to have to bring up, but I was there for the Rockets title-winning days back in '94 when I was with the Knicks. I saw Houston in the finals firsthand.
1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Well, this guy has always been a fantastic finisher despite contact. Russell Westbrook working right there.
Here's Christopher. That's tipped. Westbrook with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Seattle. Westbrook leading the charge.
How quick is Russell Westbrook with the dribble? He is impossible to contain.
At the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Sonics lead by 1.
4.
And we'll be back.
Fans, your Seattle answer.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And before we move on, guys, what do you think about what we've seen so far from the Supersonics?
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
And so Westbrook will bring it up for Seattle. This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. We've got David Nwaba. He's out there with Kevin Porter. And it's Garuba in at the center position. And here are the Supersonics now. Grant kicks to Westby. It's up a 3. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
Confidence, even from range, has never been a Russell Westbrook problem. This guy is relentless in pursuit of points.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. What do you got for us, D.A.?
Thanks, guys. Now, Jalen Green is on a mission. He says, every time I step on the floor, I always have something to prove to who's ever in those stands. A lot of people will hate on me or have their opinions. I just didn't think about that when I step on the floor. I'm going to prove everybody wrong. Kevin?
That's a great chip to keep on his shoulder. David, thanks. Big group substitution here for Seattle. Yurtseveni's checked in for Daniel Gafford. Luke Kennard comes in for R.J. Barrett. Walker's checked in for Malik Monk. And John Wall subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Here's Nwaba. Porter trying to free himself up. Nwaba kicks to Smith.
Seattle foul. Over.
The Rockets making a switch here. Şengün's checked in.
Second team foul. Substitution for the Rockets. Alperen Şengün.
Wall against Porter. Takes a 3. No good that time. Seattle goes the other way with it.
2 minutes.
Yep, that one goes in there.
Boy, the work ethic on the offensive glass just refuses to give up on that possession.
Wall looking it over. Grant trying to break free, and he banks in the layup. Wall's got his first points of the night. We know the league's cracking down on those dangerous plays that risk a player's health. Why was that less of a focus when you play?
That's a great question. I think it's smarter to approach the game this way. We don't want to have unnecessary injury because of guys maybe just taking it a little too far with the physicality.
5 on the clock. Porter outside. Rebound by the Sonics. Walker with it. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And Wall kicks to Walker. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Always helps to get these kinds of looks, right? Super easy to convert from that distance.
Back to Porter. Pass to Şengün. He's off on that one. Seattle goes the other way with it. And their offense is really clicking right now.
Playing with a lot of energy and really taking it to the defense.
Yurtseven, good, and Grant gets the assist. Yurtseven's got the lead up to 6 now for Seattle.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth, physical basketball, guys.
Green against Walker from 12 feet out. And misses it off the right side of the rim. And down it goes. Dunk through off a wonderful assist.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
But if you continue to execute at both ends, you can build on this lead.
And so that brings the first half to a...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. Taking a look at the Supersonics. And, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the home team.
They're going to work in the paint. Doing a great job. Good portion of their offense was generated inside. Really outperformed their opponent in that aspect.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half. About to get underway.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game. He has been everywhere.
What a menace he was on defense through the first 2 quarters. Just disrupting everything.
Well, it was about effort and anticipation. Hard to get into an offensive rhythm when you know this guy is lurking.
Grant is out there with Yurtseven. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Wall. And it's Walker in at the 2. That's the lineup in the game for Seattle.
There it is, guys. One of those effort plays that makes a big difference in the game.
And GA, it is definitely making a difference so far today.
No doubt. On the scoreboard, in the body language of the players, you can tell which team is in complete command.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Olden. David.
Well, thank you very much. The Rockets are in a full rebuild, and they have a young roster which is taking its lumps. But Coach Stephen Silas says we very rarely give up. This team has a lot of fight, character, and grit, and we are learning. Kevin, it's a long process, but it's worth doing.
Have no shortcuts, David, but the journey is the reward. They're building from the ground up. It's fun to watch, and we thank you for that story.
John Wall, of course, the #1 pick back in 2010. Game is largely predicated on speed, the ability to get downhill, but boy, he has added strength to that incredibly long frame. He has been a force to be reckoned with.
Looking at who's out there now for the Sonics. Daniel Gafford's checked in for Omer Yurtseven. Barrett comes in for Luke Kennard. And Russell Westbrook subbed in for Walker. Seattle leading by 12. Nwaba with it. Westbrook picks him up. Passes it to Christopher. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Second personal foul.
It's going to be on John Wall.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Monks checked in for the Sox. Second free throw, no good.
Boy, that's not the result I would have predicted. Usually you can take those to the bank when he's at the...
Here's Christopher. Barrett covering. Tate. The rebound by Grant.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Westbrook feeling it out a bit. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Boy, when Russell Westbrook is attacking and getting downhill, forget about it. The fouls are going to come on the defense.
This is his second trip to the free throw line.
Russell Westbrook.
And he makes the first for the Sonics. Paisley comes in for Daniel Gafford. And Martin is in for Jeremy Grant. Rockets trail by 13. Christopher the pass to Tate.
Supersonics foul.
The Rockets have split their free throws right down the middle so far. They're 2 for 2.
Second team foul.
That free throw good from Tate.
Shooting for Houston, Jason Tate. 2 shots.
And both free throws good for Tate. And so Westbrook will bring it up for the Supersonics. It's Barrett on the wing. And once again off the mark by Seattle. So it's the Rockets now. 11-point game. Here's Gordon. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Where was the defense? No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets.
Barrett the pass to Monk. And the 3 off target. Rockets trail by 9. Here's Christopher. Banked in off the glass. Christopher's got his first 2 points.
Well, the versatility he possesses makes him a very tough cover, guys.
Oh, what an impressive dribble drive. That replay brought to you by Mobile One.
This team needed a spark, and boy, did they get one with that incredible attack at the rim.
Barrett, no good.
Listen, that's a shot he can make, but obviously the defense okay letting him shoot it.
And so it's Seattle, putting the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. 4th quarter on the court for the Rockets. Porter Jr. is the point with Green on the wing. The post pairing for him, Smith along with Şengün. And it's Gordon in at the 3, the small forward.
He's a tough player. It's why Gordon's been one of the best role players in the league his entire career.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Oh, this guy's so explosive, and John Wall knows how to draw contact when he gets to the rack.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Supersonics.
They're looking to attack in transition every time down the floor, just wearing the defense thin at this point.
I think it's also important we have to acknowledge how many scoring opportunities they've created from their spectacular defense, getting a bunch of points off turnovers.
And another great look at the 2K drive. Wall passes to Grant. That's good. And so Wall with the assist.
This is where the size, speed, and mobility of Jeremy Grant comes into play. On the roll, tough to deal with.
Green inside, guarded by Walker, and it's Green missing. They can burn some clock if they want to.
And get a little breather as well.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Out to the right wing. Right side to Walker. 6 on the shot clock. And stolen by Şengün. Got a piece of it. Green against Walker. To the paint. Yurtseven kicks to Kenar. Outside, Wall. Out left to the wing. Shot clock at 5. Here's Walker. Yurtseven. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. And the Sonics lead by 10.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
And to me, this is a common theme that's running through the league right now. Guys looking to leak out rather than box out.
And now let's present our New Balance player of the game.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, here's the message Stephen Silas gave to his team. He told his guys, this is it. We need one final push here. Everyone working together. Let's go get these guys. He also talked about making smart plays with the ball. Kevin, you can't have any mistakes at this point of the game.
Thank you, David.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
And it's denied. And a wide open look for Porter. And a miss there on the triple.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Kennard on the wing. Outside, Wall. The pass to Grant. Down low. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. And now a 12-point Seattle lead.
And nice pass by Grant. And this is what happens when you become a great scorer. You draw defenders, which often leaves someone open.
Porter, no luck. Now, Yurtsevin over Şengün. No good. So no problem for Seattle as they get the win. Some good moment. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much.
Thanks again, folks.
Well, folks, that's good.
Overseas, baby. Overseas, baby. Lord, yeah. Lord, we got Harry Carey on the track, baby. Hey. 那天对我占你的 money， 我跟我 hire 的兄弟，一点点，一点点，一点点，英文他们说一点点，听不懂你不用担心，给我钱我帮你翻译。This is that worldwide that love that bomb， 马思伟 this is sappy， 1000块、2000块、3000块，我买的我穿的好奇怪，为什么他们的好奇怪？我觉得他们都不明白。I'm really out here to do this, I have fun to do it for me. My homies they out here 四川的茶色的 stay with the heat。Yeah， 听他的故事，要是喜欢去看他的表演，你不要顾着你在微信上拍一些照片。I know this fun, and if you keep it chill, but if you don't, we come in peace, love. We hope that you keep it you. 到香港的 Disney， 又谈了桩 business， 买好几款 Tiffany， 但我是我，你是你。第一排观众快疯了，年轻人眼中最酷的，拍小视频被点赞了，手机内存不够用，丝绸之路的故事记在脑海，用来对自己 push。没接近只有夜路子，遇到妈妈教我讲素质，遇到不同肤色外国人的话，我们呛得太过分，观赏着网友的争论，发两个痛苦的表情来卖个卖。就让老子继续扫整，点击右转加成扫整，亚洲同胞笑我口音的口音，让我富有个性，成功引起你的注意，不明的飞行的物体了物理，音乐是最好的物语，埋下的伏笔渗透进缝隙。拍摄久违放纵的味儿 ，Chinese rap 加入世界版图。My brothers travel the world， 你肤浅的意见也可有可无。我本领高，涂色还非常低调，一提就买我巡演的机票。我沉浸在台上的每一秒 ，whatever 被你夸或被你笑。没想到我还比我还熟悉，从成都的手做到太古里，美女快上车快来不及，相信我真的很在乎你。从小到大就在成都这里待着，看着凯迪拉克生活非常快乐，觉得很犀利，享受我们的痛。中国人必须会中国的功，他们不一定会了解的痛，创造了奇迹让他们去冲。因为懂了题，本领太多怎么输得起？黑的嫉妒我们出了名，对了他们我从不留情。Let's make money， 早餐也都创建，而且比人家太过。采取逐渐远离，我们还有兄弟散发惊人的天赋。来个青色闪闪，向下是一路前走，向上是山顶和云端，而我们却站在了云上面观望。记得望明月，千年半不变的明月在头顶。 từ đó cả thong dân trong cái cho tay cả thong ra lời let me do it and baby 我有乱别的自信力如此强大的自信心 and nobody
Bouncing mystic, realistic, and simplistic. Spirits visit how we live it. It's intrinsic, kismet kissed it. It's smeared like lipstick, colorful on our souls. A mouthful of gold or a drummer's roll. Stories get told about us. That's why things so blah without us. Wherever we are, you can feel the prowess. Whenever we move, yo, we turn the style up. I'ma just give black powers flowers, whether in the projects or the palace. Even when the pale horse tried to gallop and stir it up, we kept it balanced. We move in silence, we move the loudest. Ancestors in my dreams, they moved the wildest. They prayed about us, praised and shouted. Picture this country being brave without us. Nostalgia, move through the woods with vigor. When we got free, the world moved with us. Now they wanna change their bodies, go figure. Used to call us, now they wanna be. We the rivers that move through the jungle, yo. When we move, we make the world wonderful.
When we move, the whole world following our path. When we move.
Hero outside. Oh, that shot had a chance, but the all-or-nothing shot attempt is off the mark. And so they get the victory here at home. That was an incredible night of hoops. A tremendous finish. They win. Thanks, Allie. Great.
King's fabric, linen and silk, from the home of the solid gold, honey and milk. The ones who built it from the mud, soil and sand. A black man, the world in the skin of his hand. Pop Della Sop when I shine beyond Stella. Fella, Kwame and Crummer, Mandela, leader, truth teller, the ink well dweller. My pen signs a New York Times bestseller. When I move, y'all move in my wake. I generate how to never move weak. I demonstrate, celebrating my peeps when I innovate. For my dons and divas, weighing odds and achievers. We ain't satisfied with dreaming. Long as I'm still breathing, watch how I move.